Okay, you guys, what is up? King Lightning gonna do One Piece episode 538 review. This episode of One Piece, so let me do the synopsis first. The first half of this episode is basically Zoro and King Neptune. Zoro winds up beating Holy Jones for a little period of time, and he manages to escape and get some oxygen. And before that, Zoro does a 36-pound cannon twister underwater, which is pretty cool. But in the manga, and I'm not gonna spoil for you guys, not a big spoiler, but in the manga, that shit levels up big time. However, I don't want to spoil it for you too bad, so yeah, we'll leave it at that. And basically, he manages to get some oxygen, and what happens is they want to escape. So King Neptune does a Merman Combat move. And I will get into that later in the video, but he does a Merman Combat move. And what happens is he makes Ultramarine, which is like an undersea current, or kind of like an undersea Kamehameha. It's like a blast of undersea water, undersea. And he manages to make an undersea tunnel where his soldiers can escape through. So all the soldiers escape. However, King Neptune is unable to escape. And while Zoro, Usopp, and Brook are riding on King Neptune's back, what happens is Holy Jones, he takes in an energy steroid, does his shark grip, and King Neptune's not going anywhere. Even though Ho the whale tried to save him, not working. All right, and now it's Zoro, Brook, Usopp, Papagoon, because he's still there. They're all trapped within the Raigu Palace. All right. That's the first half. The second half is basically Luffy. He gets to the undersea forest, meets up with Den, Frankie, Jinbei's there. Jinbei comes in. He sees Luffy. He's like, Luffy, you've grown. And Luffy has grown in a way, because I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's his hair. Maybe he's grown taller. I'm not too sure. But he does seem different in some way. I can't put my finger on it, alright? And then he sees Shirahoshi. And I'm like, that's the first thing you should have noticed. I'm like, Shirahoshi's big as shit, but he sees Shirahoshi. He's like, he's freaking the fuck out. Shirahoshi. And it's because Jinbei never really freaks the fuck out, but he freaked out when he saw Shirahoshi. Then he freaked out when he saw Hachi laying there covered in bandages, wounded. And by the way, if you guys notice, Sanji is no longer in nosebleed mode. For those of you guys who hated it, okay, it's over, alright? In the manga, it was a little bit annoying, but in the anime, I found it entertaining because they played it really well. Like, he would be on some Jesus and then, like, praying, like, women, and like, so, it was really funny in the anime. In the manga, not really so much. And then what happens is, Robin apparently is off somewhere doing her own thing, because she's doing Robin stuff, and you'll find out more about that later. And then Nami comes in. Nami and Kami come in. And what happens is that Jinbei, he does two things. Oh, first of all, I must remind you that Vanderdecker threw an axe. Luffy caught that shit on the fly, kicked it away. I got Shirahoshi, thumbs up. Oh, no thumbs up. No, none of that crap. But, he has it on lock. And then Nami comes in, and then they have this whole entire conversation, and then Jinbei apologizes, and at the same time, he thanks Luffy. So he thanks Luffy for beating Arlong in the East Blue, but then he apologizes because Jinbei was the one who set Arlong loose within the East Blue, and then the episode ends right there. Now, I want to mention a few things. All right, first of all, again, for those of you guys who hate the Sanji thing, it's over. I liked it in the anime. That's just me. All right. The next thing I want to mention is that, and if you guys don't know about this, Fishmen have Merfolk have Merfolk in One Piece. They have two main skills, alright? Fishman Karate and Merman Combat are two different things. Yes, they're two different things, alright? Fishmen use Fishman Karate. They manipulate the water currents, okay? And they also manipulate the water vapor within well, like, for example, like if they're standing like above seas, they manipulate the water vapor that's in the atmosphere, right? However, Merman Combat is just the manipulation of water, not the currents themselves, but just the water. You see, the thing about it is that Fisherman Karate is more versatile because they can do ultrasonic waves underwater. They can do stuff above water, etc. But Merman Combat is specifically designed for underwater purposes only. They cannot use it above water whatsoever. They can't. All right. And mermen are basically the guys who have no legs. All right. They have no legs, but they have the tails. That's mermen. Fishmen are, you know, human with the web hands. All right. That being said, this chapter I thought was, this episode I thought was okay. You know, I mean, again, the Merman Combat stuff was pretty cool. Sanji's finally out of his whole entire, you know, out of his thing, and Chopper was really happy. I was like, yeah, because, you know, you deserve it, Chopper. You've been through a lot of shit for Sanji. Jinbei is, by the way, one more thing. One last thing. Not gonna lie to you, the way the anime played this thing out, when Nami realized that it was Jinbei who sent Arlong into the East Blue, there was actually a flashback. Like, it wasn't an actual, you know, like, scene and a, like, you know, like a long out scene. It was actually a flash and a flash and a flash. It was a flash of the past. In your face, bam, 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 bam. That was good. And then they highlighted the Sun Pirate symbol. That was good. But ultimately speaking, of this episode, in my opinion, it was okay. So that's it. That's it. So King of Lightning, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. I may have the link down below for the preview of episode 139. Not too sure. I may. But that being said, King of Lightning, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Signing off.